And welcome agents from across Asia and across the world. This is the Valorant Royal Sea Cup, part of the Ignition series brought to you by Epulze. We have 16 teams from across Asia gathering here today to get a cut of that 25,000 US dollar prize pool. I'm Hound. Alongside with me is YoloLee. For the first time, we will be casting for you guys for the final two matches of today, featuring these two teams. Todak from Malaysia going up against RRQ from Indonesia. What are you looking forward to for this final two matches here today, YOLO?
Honestly, after witnessing such an amazing performance coming from Team Todak, which is going to be absolutely amazing, but RRQ, such an amazing play, especially coming up on top against AG with that 7 overtime, absolutely insane.
Oh boy.
Right now, what I'm concerned is that hopefully they're not too mentally fatigued here and physically as well, because they have been playing the entire day. And on top of 7 overtimes and about to go against Todak, this is definitely not going to be an easy game for them.
Well, we are going to be loading into the game here. Just for you guys to know, it is going to be RRQ's first pick for the map. It is going to be Bind, whereas Todak are going to be picking the side of defenders. Looking forward to seeing what kind of pickups we're going to be seeing here today. Now, what do you think about these Asian pickups here from both these teams? From the side of Todak, if I'm not mistaken, is going to be a Jet,
Defender.
Raze, Sova, Omen, and Breach.
And the thing is, it's like looking for as well Team Todak being the defendant side here. Jet, Breach, Sova, Omen, and Riz, and RRQ with the Omen, Phoenix, Sova, Cypher, and Breach. Now this is going to be really interesting because the only two different things that's lacking from both this team is that the fact that Todak doesn't really have a Cypher. They're pretty very confident that the fact that with the Sova they're going to be having enough information, whereas on the other side RRQ, they're picking up the Phoenix because fully understanding that with the Cypher that pace might be a little bit slow for the attacking side, but with the Phoenix they can be a little bit faster.
Alright, the Roomba goes up over towards B short. No changes there. Very good stuff there being exchanged here from Balto. Balto now going to get taken down by Fire. Very nice stuff being shown from the side of Fire here, as we do see one man disadvantage, one man down for the side of Todak, and we do see coming in from the side of RRQ. It's going to be very interesting to note that there is going to be a push towards Hookah here, so that could be a rush towards B.
Still, and the thing is they're taking it nice and easy as well because they have no idea on how well this defense is going to go for. Although there was a really great entry kill still coming to the some beautiful headshot coming from the Doctor, but Kingly was able to trade things off, making it down to a 4v3. They're slowly pushing towards the side here, trying to get that dominance for the side of the team. Now, how are they going to be engaging this Hound?
Well, Senna will be able to take down King Leo, though, trying to even out the score between these two teams. RRQ will be able to get the spike planted onto B. Now it's going to be switching roles here, as Todak now will be the ones attacking and trying to retake the site. We do see Aduka will be able to take down Frost Misty. Very nicely done here coming in from Aduka. We do see some of the smokes there, dropping the vision cone down by quite a bit, but Sube will be able to take them down. Todak gets the first round. Malaysia power showing up, and Indonesia is definitely going to bite back fiercer in the next round.
Oh man, this is also a really great start coming for the side here for the Malaysian team Todak as well. Winning the pistol round, that's going to be allowing him to give a little bit more in that economy to get all those anti-eco rounds. So we're going to be expecting a couple of SMGs, and even a Marshall being picked up for the side of Aduka as well, because he really wants to try to get that range advantage, and I'm pretty sure he is going to be positioning himself towards this B side to get that nice view against RRQ push here.
Whoa, interesting pickup here from Aduka, picking up the Marshall. I don't know whether or not that's going to be a big choice for him, or is that going to be a meme choice? I'm not entirely sure. But we do see Balto right now going to be hitting over towards B short, trying to stop and slow down the push that's coming in. Senna will be able to get the first blood onto next Jax. RRQ already one man down, and it seems that Todak right now has quite a bit of advantages here in terms of numbers.
Now everything's slowing down the pace as well, especially since RRQ not only do they have not any weapons, they're already a man short. Although currently they're right now in the middle, slowly getting ready to push towards this hookah, but with the spy cam, they're just trying to check things out. This is pretty much why we were saying every time you have a Cypher on the side of the offensive side, it is going to be a little bit harder. But anyway, timing with the dark cover, they're slowly getting ready to push in as well. But then again, this is a great indication for the rest of the team of Todak to know that this is going to be a push coming from this window. Whether it's going to be successful, I have no idea.
Smoke Smoke has been dropped down on to the hookah there. Definitely going to be hard for members of RRQ to push off. Very nicely done there. Todak from the side. Doctor gets 2 with Balto. Will be able to get 1 for himself as Sube gets the final kill. Second round going into it. Todak. It's going to be a flawless round. Bigger money. Big win coming in from the Malaysian team. Indonesia's definitely going to bite back harder, that's for sure. It's only a matter of time, but we do know for a fact that RRQ is a little bit of a slow starter in some of these games.
And also at the same time, really well played coming from the Doctor as well. He was very patient playing around that inside of metal as well. Although he could have tried to go for those picks from the side, but he waited patiently, allow his team to be the bait for him. That way he could take those shots for himself because he is very confident he will pull it off.
Well, very interesting indeed here. Oh, Aduka. I think he was able to land 1 shot there. And it's going to get him quite down. That's going to pay a big advantage here. And I do believe that the Marshal, though isn't as strong as the Operator, does put members of RRQ at a detriment for sure. We're going to see a full buy here coming in from the side of RRQ as well as Todak. So loadouts are going to be fairly similar across the board. It's only a matter of crosshair placement as well as fast twitch reactions coming in from both these teams.
Now he got the engagement as well, but beautiful pick up again of Aduka. He literally said, if I picked you once, I'll pick you again. But then again, we have seen RRQ retaliating back, dropping 2 members of Team Todak to win the defensive side, throwing a couple, even the side can try to force it back and literally let them know that if you want to push through, fire will be ready to set you on fire with bullets here.
Very, very sad here coming in from the side of Todak now. 1 man down, but it seems that it's going to be evened out from the side of Doctor. Beautiful timing. It seems that timing is exactly what the Doctor ordered here as Aduka right now, as Balto right now, going up onto the top side with the Marshal. Marshal is in town looking to lay down the law. Oh, Balto onto Frost Misty. That's what you get when you break the law. And baby Balto showing what is up. Marshal meme? I don't think so.
Oh man, what is up? It's the ceiling for you, my friend. But beautiful turnaround coming and the retake coming from the side here of Team Todak. Excellent play, but at the same time, really lucky as well because Fire at the very last second he turned his sights away and that allowed the Doctor to not only easily push into the site but also was able to pick up 1 member away from RRQ. Now the best part about in that round was that we saw a couple of full buys and saves as well, so we're going to be seeing quite the economy coming from the side of Team Todak, especially Aduka, who has almost 5k in the bank here.
Well, big bank definitely going to come in for the side of Aduka. However, members of RRQ right now have to work with some limitations of the economy as well as their loadout. Not going to be the most efficient or effective loadout. However, we have seen Todak we have seen RRQ come up with a thrifty a couple of times in games where it was against their favor. However, Aduka shows that is not what's up because next Jack will be tapped down beautifully. Oh, the blind coming in from Fire, and it's going to be interesting enough as King Leo will be able to take down Senna, and there goes the Blaze. More and more action is going to transpire here as it's going to be where all the fighting is going to be at.
Oh, beautiful curveball coming in from the Phoenix. That's going to be allowing King Leo, but then again, King Leo gets put down by Aduka as he constantly punishes RRQ for even trying to go for those cycling. 2 members left on the side here, RRQ, but they're trying to even against all with that beautiful wall bang spray with the Phantom. But there's a trade coming in for the side here of Balto, but the Doctor will put an end to RRQ risk here, and now Todak coming in strong here with 4 points on their belt.
Well, looking to see how members of RRQ right now are going to adjust. We do see NextX now picking up the Operator. Balto immediately picks up the Operator for himself as well. I think this is going to be a very wise choice. However, would like to see Aduka pick up an Operator for himself as well, considering that he is going to be a Jet in this particular situation. Not to say that Operators should be exclusively towards Jets, but it's always great to have the mobility that Jet offers because you're able to bug out immediately after you commit to that 1 shot.
Exactly, and the thing is, because that combination is so annoying, because she can't get away with it, and the thing is you can't even blame anyone else. You're just gonna be like, oh, it's just Jet. Tailwind away, totally fine, right? It's totally natural in this game. It's absolutely ridiculous. That's pretty much why we see Riot, like, there's a rumor that Riot might just try to work with that Operator and try to reduce that combination on this Jet and Operator pickoffs here.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing here next Jack right now with the Operator looking towards finding a victim to cross into his line of sight. However, that's not going to come through for him, as we do see now B side is going to be looked over here from members of Todak, and it seems that some utility there is going to be spent on two members of RRQ to push into A, to stop the push into A. There's going to be a two-man stack into shower. We do see that there goes the paranoia. Hunter's Fury comes out, but no, it's going to be Balto, Sube, and a Duka from behind. Very, very nasty indeed here. Very cheeky indeed to come in, and oh my goodness, Balto comes in onto fire, and there it goes. Another beautiful flawless round for the Malaysian team of Todak. RRQ's gotta pick up their socks here. They can't keep this up if they want to stay relevant within these next few rounds.
Dude, absolutely amazing comment. Like literally flawless. It's beautiful. It's excellent because Team Todak was very disciplined in that round. They know they had the lead. They know they have the firepower, but they weren't too overconfident with it. They know their roles. We're defending. We don't have to be too aggressive about it. It's still early in this game. We want to take as many rounds as possible before we get that switch towards this offensive side here.
Alright, so now we're going to be seeing how members of Todak right now, it's how members of RRQ are going to be holding on towards B short. There might be a bit of a push there. Double flashes coming in towards Fire. Fire definitely decides to back off. There goes the paint shells. Will not be able to hit anybody, but does slow down the advance that should be on the minds of RRQ. King Leo there gets hit by the fault line and not going to be punished by it whatsoever, but we do see now with RRQ only one member down for the count in terms of casualties, but we do see that Todak has definitely got the man advantage.
It's gonna be really hard for them to go for this thing. But ooh, that was a big pickup for Sube, and without Frost Misty here, there's not gonna be any smoke usage gonna be coming from the side of RRQ if they really want to push towards any of this side. They do have one flash, this curveball from this Phoenix, but I don't think it's going to be enough. They need to pick members off one by one instead of losing Marcelo and Balto on the other side. Instantly, two members get picked up and dropped instantly. Last man standing is King Leo. I believe he's going to try to go for the pick-up, but Balto just will be denying him entirely.
I'm very interested to see that again. Todak is going to come off flawless, and it seems that with the members of Todak operating the way they are, it's going to be a very well-oiled machine that RRQ is going to go up against. What does RRQ need to do in these situations where they are behind? So much economy is going to be in favor for Todak. If they lose out again on this round, then they're going to have to save up again, just putting them further and further behind.
Dude, and the best part, this is the first time we're actually seeing all 5 members lasting for so long, and the economy is looking absolutely amazing. They almost hit max cap, by the way. And then RRQ, what they really need to try to do here is making sure each member is trying to stay alive. They can try to go for the pickups, but Todak is just so much better with his quick. Exactly, here comes Balto once again with that aggressive anti-frag here, entry frag, and that's going to be a beautiful start here. But then again, it is a cipher, so Team RRQ still can try to utilize all their utilities to try to push into one side.
Very unfortunate here coming in from RRQ. They are trying their level best to stay competitive in some of these situations. However, I don't believe that RRQ has what it takes in this round, considering that the next round is going to be a precarious one for them. They have to rally up and try to find a way to stop leading to the bleed. Aduka! Spiciness incarnate with the beautiful shot on to RRQ. Taking down one member here. It's going to be Omen left on the side of RRQ. There goes the curveball from the side of Fire here. It's not going to be enough. Oh, but it gets level blinded. Oh, it's going to come up from U-Haul. It's going to be careful here. It's going to be dueling. And it's going to be Talent that gets down onto Balto. Not going to be a flawless round here, but this could be turning the fortunes for the side of RRQ here, as fortune may favor their braveness.
Oh, anyway, Fire is constantly still on fire as well. Now I'm going to be looking to a 2v2, but then they don't really have much time. 12 seconds on the clock. They have to go for this play. But beautiful rotation from the teleporter, by the way, from the middle side. They're going to be able to drop down this plant, and now we're going to see whether RRQ is able to turn the tides back towards his favor. But remember, they have a breach. Todak is still very strong with his especially this is the Doctor who's fully equipped with Flashpoint, Fault Line, and even with the Rolling Thunder. He's able to go all in, but here comes the Hunter's Fury. Trying to zone them out in a way that allows the Doctor to pick them up. But sadly, they're not positioned at all near where they're standing. They're near the last. They're near the long, getting ready to pick off at any time here.
Well, B-Long right now is going to be quite hot here with Fire waiting in the breaches here. Very nicely done from Doctor, and Sube take out Talent as well. Fire, and it's going to be a defuse coming in from the side of Todak. And the 7th win in the game as we head into round number 8. Unfortunately for Todak, it's not going to be a flawless one, but still, a victory is a victory. You win by an inch, you win by a mile, it's still a win.
Yes, it's definitely such a big win as well, because you must understand the map of Bind here is actually a very defender favorite side. So the fact that Team Todak is able to not only been very consistently getting all these points, but also ensuring a majority of their members are not getting picked off many times here. Look at the amount of deaths here. Like, we're not talking about like 3 or 4 deaths. We're talking about like a maximum of like 1 to 2 here. So really well played for Todak, and their pick of their firepower is absolutely insane here.
Well, I do like the fact that Balto right now is going to be the top fragger for his team. Definitely going to be pulling his weight for his team. However, members of RRQ right now, again, on the short side of the stick in terms of loadouts. They do not have any primary weapons. If they get a pick out here and arm one of themselves, it would be a very good situation for them. I do believe that Talent right now may actually want to push into showers, trying to get as much information as can. Aduka right now, very wise to get that smoke down into the ground, gets that very tight angle here to deny whatever push that could come in, or slow it down at least for the side of RRQ.
By the way, finally Talent 7 gets picked off and caught out again, as Aduka was able to get a beautiful entry frag here on Talent 7 with the headshot. But now here comes you Flawless here. Fire gonna be coming in with the curveball, but Sube doing insane amount of damage. Aduka followed up with the double kill. Senna again on fire. But remember, this is the full eco rock coming from the side of RRQ, and Team Todak will come out on top here with 8 points.
Now, looking at how members of Todak are doing, it is going to be a very interesting round here, as we're going to be heading into round number 9. Potentially going to be a very, very barn burner of a fight. We'd like to see members of RRQ right now play around the rotations and try to force a move from the side of RRQ. They do have to secure some of these opening frags here that could actually force members of Todak to split their resources accordingly. I do believe A could be a situation that could provide them quite a few number of advantages here, but they've got to be very wary on some of the utility that's being spent onto the side of Todak to make sure that the push is not going to be as easy as members of RRQ would like. We do see Aduka right now holding on to showers here, and that's going to be a bit of a sense of fear there for anyone who wants to push into showers.
Well, very fearing indeed, because you see right now all the members just taking it nice and easy. Remember, they only got one smoke, which is pretty much dark cover, and this one flash coming out from this curveball. But anyway, here comes the outdoor, trying to zone out and making sure they get enough information before they come in. But anyway, beautiful timing with the run, with the turn back as well. That's going to keep him alive for the blade storm, and that's going to allow King Leo to punish Aduka for good. Beautiful entry frag. Now Team Todak is shot by one man. Now they're going to be coming to get him, but Frost missed it. Stepping up for RRQ as he goes with the double kill and full on with a beautiful operator picked up here. But Senna trying to retaliate, trying to minimize as much damage as possible, but there's a little bit too much, because let's be honest, when the game is on the line, Frost Misty is gonna come online.
Yeah, and that's for sure coming in from Frost Misty was a definite determining factor here for some of the games that he was in, especially for RRQ going up against AG. Hopefully he will be able to replicate the same amount of success heading into this game between Todak and RRQ. However, RRQ have got a bit of a mountain to climb, yet those odds are not foreign for members of RRQ. Definitely igniting the Malaysia versus Indonesia rivalry for sure. However, it's all in good spirits here, because these are the ways these two teams are going to bring out the best. However, RRQ right now has got a lot to work with. Oh, good shot there coming in from Aduka. Will not be able to hit square though, as we do see a little bit of wall bangs coming in from members of RRQ to try to move Aduka away. Gotta go slowly and surely to peek it. It's gotta be careful though. Oh, talent! Onto Aduka. Aduka has gotta be a little bit more patient in some of these exchanges.
Oh, but then again, he was so confident he could pick it off first. By the way, here comes another over-aggression. But the next chance was able to get the jump on set up first. Fire on the other side, getting from Alto. But here comes the rolling thunder. But he barely misses Fire, as he was barely able to get out of the way and pick up a beautiful triple kill in that round.
Well, nice nicely done here. RRQ scores a flawless for themselves. Second win of the match for themselves as we head into round number 11. Potentially going to go either way. We do see that there's going to be a slight swing in momentum in terms of economy for the side of RRQ. If RRQ defeats Todak with a flawless as well, Todak will have to be forced to go on to the eco. Not a very good choice for Todak here, especially since their lead is going to be in jeopardy. They are going to have to concede at least one round if this comes up later on, if they lose this round. However, this could be very interesting to see how Todak is going to be played. Very defensive, try to go for some of these push picks that RRQ is trying to get onto them. However, we do see that there could be a rotation in mind for the side of RRQ. It's been 10 rounds thus far, and for the most part it's always been A. For the majority of it has been A for the most part.
Because you must understand as well, like they realize what they are currently lacking of initiation, lacking of smoke. The really push was a beautiful curveball that's gonna be allowed to get a nice beautiful entry fight. But Balto was able to trade things off, but Kilo still coming in with a double kill. Trades are happening all across the map. Now we're gonna look at it as a 2v2. Looks like the fault line will end the assist frost misting, but put Super down to the ground, and it's all that's left is the good doctor himself. 1v3 in the 9th round here. Can he pull the window? He still has 2 flashpoint charges, and even with the not really had the fault line, but he still has that aftershock.
Well, we do see that it has been planted. With Next Jax will be closing out with the doctor is out of the office thus far. No doctor in the clinic. This is going to be the last round before we swap it out. Interested to see how Todak is going to be very aggressive for this, and I do believe that this is going to be a very all-in round. It was a very wise choice for members of Todak right now to spend everything that they can. And I misspoke just now. They didn't have to eco it because it was going to be the final round before the swap.
Yes.
So I would like to apologize for that, for those of you who are going all ham inside the Twitch chat. However, we do see that for those of you in attendance here today, it is going to be a doozy here between Todak as well as RRQ. A recon ball going to go off onto Showers. Not going to communicate much in terms of information, but we do see Frost Misty being very slow with how he wants to push it out.
I mean, especially because this is the last round as well. RRQ really want to try to secure at least one more point before their turn to become the defender side here. But anyway, here comes the fault line. Try to zone them up for Showers, but they're actually pushing towards from a shot. So this U-Haul is going to be really crucial. Ooh, by the way, nice time with the after try to force them out of that corner with the blaze and followed by the dark cover. But then again, the position on Balto was not going to be good enough, and Talia was able to put out on the ground. But Sena retaliating back from the shadows with the triple kill, and Hanukkah not too far behind because he won a bit of that action. Sube constantly getting picked off once again by Talon 7. But Talon 7, he needs all the talents and all his skills if we really want to try to win this 1v3.
No point here saving for the operator, considering this is the last round before the stop. Would like to see Talon right now be a little bit more proactive, trying to make something work for him. It's got to be very careful indeed here. Oh, Talent will be able to get it off, and it's going to be the operator here. Nicely done from the doctor, and it is the end of the round before the swap as we go from Todak being defenders to attackers, whereas RRQ will be on the defense. We shall see whether or not members of RRQ, who historically across the few games that we have watched have been very adept at attacking, are going to be on the defense, where Todak right now with a substantial lead of 9-3 have quite a bit of leeway here, as they will be able to give up those first few rounds. However, considering that this is the first round after the swap, they do not want to give it up because it could put their economy in shambles.
You are exactly right, Hound, as well. And the thing is what's even better, that Team Todak has quite an amazing lead with 9-3, but for after witnessing and seeing their past games as well, RRQ has always been coming back from this low-end scores here and literally almost even winning that overtimes. But it all comes down to this pistol round on whether they're able to elevate their team to get that gun advantage.
All right, now looking at how these are going to be transpiring for the side of Todak, it seems that it is going to be a B rush here. They do want to get as much leeway as they can, or a little bit of flashes there coming in from Next Jax. I think that's going to be a very good choice. But however, Talent will be able to take down one, Senna will be able to take down two. Next Jax returns fire onto Balto, will be able to successfully take him down. But we do see now RRQ's Talent is going to be moving Metal. There is going to be where the spike is planted, if I'm not mistaken, or outside of Metal. I'm not entirely sure where that may be. However, this is going to be an interesting fight here, as we do see Next Jax will be able to take down one. Frosty will be able to take down the last surviving member of Todak in Senna, and this will be over. Round number 12, round number 13, excuse me, is gonna go over towards RRQ as we head into round 14. It's gonna be an anti-eco round coming from the side of RRQ, as Todak right now only has pistols to work with.
Especially since RRQ was able to win that first gun round, which is really amazing. They were very coordinated too, very patient with that retake, and was very clean as they execute them from all angles. But anyway, this is the second round, so they're going to be having that gun advantage. But look at that, they even pick up the Ares, 3 Spectres, 1 Ares, and even a Vandal. Such a race, because since they're buying the Vandals on the second round, they would not have any armor at all. So this is going to be a little bit concerning here, especially going toe-to-toe with pistol rounds.
Yes, and that's the thing here, considering that the Vandal has been picked up, a little bit of firepower there, but in terms of no armor, it's going to be a bit of a glass cannon. So if Frost Misty, excuse me, if members of Todak are able to catch off members of RRQ, it's going to be very, very interesting to see that Vandal will be picked up for sure. Frost Misty will take down Aduka. Not a very good start here into the anti-eco round for the side of RRQ. We do see 2 members down for the side of Todak, as members of RRQ still very healthy indeed, with the spike carrier down, or almost down. Sova very, very low indeed. One flick of a finger towards him and he's gonna go down. Even the most menial amount of damage will definitely take down that last member of Todak, whereas RRQ right now very healthy indeed. Spike has been planted, gonna go for those sprays there, but Senna will be able to take him down. Very interesting indeed. Fire goes down on Sube, but it's going to be a bit of Next Jax here with the Vandal, and it's definitely going to be very cost efficient that the Vandal is still going to be in play and be brought forward in the next round. Definitely going to see more of this cost efficiency work out for the side of RRQ.
Dude, that was absolutely insane. Although yes, RRQ was definitely going to be coming on the top as well, but I'm sorry, not Sube, our dear friend Senna was able to pick up a beautiful double kill with that shell. Was absolutely insane. And most importantly, Next Jax realizing that okay, he's going with the Vandal, he has no armor, like you say, glass cannon as well, playing a little bit safe in that game, but was still able to pick up quite the amount of kills for his team here.
Well, interesting enough, Doctor as well as Senna will only have light armor, whereas other 3 members of the side of Todak will be having heavy armor. So a bit of a paper cannon here for 2 members of the side of Todak, so they don't want to be getting into some of these prolonged exchanges. Is not going to be beneficial for them. So they want to be very wary on how they want to be pushing some of these angles, especially since especially since RRQ right now been very aggressive, been spending quite a bit of utility here to slow them down. We do see Balto right now with his almost gets it. The chase is going to come. Goes for the Roomba here. Very wise choice coming in from Balto. Will the Roomba find its way home? No, it won't. Possibility will be able to take down Doctor for the first blood here in round number 15. As we do see very good stuff here from the side of Aduka, using that tailwind to get a little bit of space and a little bit of quickness into cover. Very nicely done with this. Possibility immediately gets off but gets taken down from the side of Senna. We do see Talent right now taking up Senna, as we do see the fight is gonna not work out for the side of Todak. It's gonna be fire. They get the double and closes the game out for this round, closing out round 15 for themselves as we head into round 16.
Now this is the part where we start realizing that alright, maybe Team Todak, they're just not really comfortable being under pressure, since they are going to be since they are the attackers here, and it took them a little bit, quite a while before they get that spike plan. And remember, they lost their breach before they actually pushed towards this A side, so this made this a little bit more difficult for Team Todak to actually get onto the side. Although yes, they still have the dark cover from the Omen and the curveball, but they really needed this breach, that fall line, and that flash point, all that flashes to really ensure they can get towards the side and towards a U-haul safely.
Well, it seems that the RRQ team is definitely picking up the tempo and definitely getting the sense of urgency, definitely adding a sense of urgency towards members of Todak here as the lead is getting smaller and smaller with each passing round. But we do see the curveball coming in from Fire. Fire now pushing very aggressive indeed. Will be taken back as he runs it back and will be safe and sound. The push is going to come in from the side of Todak. Todak right now takes a little bit of damage here. 1, 2, and 3. We do see a 2-for-2 exchange here as we do see 3 members on each side for the side of Todak as well as RRQ.
Quite a lot of damage has been done. And the most important, beautiful pickup coming from Frost Misty, trying to deny any lurkers potential coming from the side here. Our team Todak. The last man standing is going to be Balto. And remember as well, this is actually an eco rock coming from the side here, Todak. So they were able to not only get quite amount of kills and drops on the side here of RRQ, but Balto was able to secure a Vandal for himself here. Now, according to Balto, he's trying to find a great angle to actually try to save this weapon and even try to go for a pickup, but be careful because NextJax was pretty much waiting for him to get the pick off.
Well, we're going to be seeing how that is going to be transpiring in the next round here. RRQ is still very much healthy in terms of the economy. We're going to see some full buys here coming in from the side of Todak. Yes, it's going to be full buys coming in from Todak. Yep. They will be able to afford quite a bit here in terms of that. But Aduka does have a little bit of a glass cannon pickup here in terms of what he is able to purchase for himself. He's got to be careful here. They got to make sure that this round is a very feasible round for them, and they need to win this considering that RRQ right now is getting closer and closer in terms of the point differentials.
Yeah, and the thing is, previously the score was actually 93. By the way, beautiful pickoff coming from NextJax. He was able to put down the Jet. Now, without the Jet on the side here, Team Todak, they cannot be as aggressive as they want to, unless they're actually on top of the members of RRQ and on that side. For now, they are nowhere near it, or do they have even a good corner or angle to try pick off members one by one. By the way, Cyber is going to be used to try to retaliate for any potential, because they know someone is there, but they just don't know who and how many. That's pretty much why you see Talent 7 constantly picking back and forth, but he's going to fall back a little bit towards his left and wait for the rest of the team to try to back him up. But Balto on the other hand was able to get a beautiful kill on Fire, but King Leo is going to trade things off.
Very nicely done there coming in from RRQ. RRQ right now 1-man advantage over Todak, as we do see it's going to be a 4v3 for either side, as members of Todak right now, members of RRQ right now are looking to re-rotate onto A. Going to be a bit of exchange here. I think a near showers, if I'm not mistaken, between these two teams, as Frost Misty will be able to get the upper hand in that exchange. As we do see members of Todak, only 2 members left. They're going to try and turn it around. NextJax gets the 3rd kill of the game. 1 more round in favor of RRQ, and it is going to be a closer and closer game. And this is a rather sad coming in from Todak here. They had a very strong first few 8 rounds, and now it seems to be in shambles here, as they were only able to pick up 1 more win before the swap, if I'm not mistaken, as this is going to be one heck of a doozy. Todak right now 4 more round to be won if they want to get that win for game number 1. However, RRQ making it a mountain for them to climb.
It was definitely a huge mountain as well, although Todak did have a great start, but you must remember as well, this is a defense favorite map as well. So the fact that RRQ and Todak fully understand this map and was able to rack up quite the amount of points, now it all comes down to how long can Todak really play with the time here, especially if they have been losing out and doesn't really play well under the amount of pressure that RRQ is constantly hammering them on top of them. It all comes down to which player was able to go for this nice beautiful pickoffs.
Alright, so we're going to be seeing how that is going to be helping out members of Todak to go for the recon bolt. Nothing much is going to be communicated to its members of Todak. It seems that communications may be a little bit of an issue here. Balto right now moving towards B long as well as Gardens to go into B. May actually open up an issue, may actually open it up, but we do see a lurk here coming in from the side of RRQ. Got to be careful not to get stabbed in the back for the side of Todak.
Oh, look at the beautiful timing as well. Not sure whether he's going to be spotted as well, but he's still very patient. But Frostbite to get to the left backline, drops the Doctor, there goes the bridge as well. But sadly, beautiful retaliation coming from Senna. King Leo doing quite a amount of damage because currently Team Todak is on the side. They are saying like, this is our fight, boys. Hold down the line for as long as possible. This is a 3v4. Sure, 2 members is not really that healthy, but they have to play with the end. Senna, beautiful wallbang on King Leo. But Talon 7 stepping things up with the Hunter Spirit picking on both Senna and one member of Team RRQ on Team Todak. Absolutely insane here.
Well, there goes Balto, as it's going to be Fire that goes for the defuse, and we do see hopes for the Malaysian team doesn't look as great compared to RRQ. The Indonesian team right now has awoken. They were historically a little bit slow on the start here as we reach around number 19. Round 18 has been the equalizer for both these teams, with Todak losing quite a bit in terms of tempo, and we do see now some of the purchases from the side of Todak are very subpar, with only Aduka picking up a Stinger, if I'm not mistaken.
Oh man, this is definitely not looking good at all, because we're looking from a 9-2 and literally now it's going to be tied to 9-9 here with the score here. And the thing is, RRQ has always been known, especially witnessing their game throughout the entire day, they know how to come back from such perilous situation here. But even here comes our drone was able to spot out 2 members. This is big information for the rest of the team here. So now instantly you can see the bridge on the side here of Team RRQ instantly going for the rotation from the spawn here to try to back up the rest of the team before the members come here. Arthur Fury is going to be coming in as well because he got tagged. Undercover with the Stinger was able to pick up a beautiful kill on Talon 7. Now they need to continue applying the pressure, but King Leo denying the good Doctor here, bringing down to a 4v3 here. Fire picking up Senna with a beautiful headshot. They're still trying to look for a couple more pickups here, but most importantly, we had to be careful for this Jet because Jet is a little bit too far out, but Undercover was still able to get the beautiful kill on Nexus. There goes the operator pickup too. Now looking at 3v3, but the positioning coming from the side of Todak, they're currently on the side. It all comes down to this retake. King Leo finds while going for the spray that was only able to tag him just by a little bit. Hound.
Well, we do see King Leo right now going for the jiggle peek and a little bit of the shoulder peek as well. We do see Balto right now going for the showstopper, will be denied from a Fire. It's going to be a 2v3, and oh, beautiful done from the side of Aduka. Aduka right now definitely lifting those loads for the side of Aduka, for the side of Todak. Todak right now with the 4th kill. Beautiful stuff being shown. It's going to be a 2v1. I do believe RRQ right now is definitely going to feel a little bit of the pressure here. But both members of Todak are very low indeed. And oh, the ace coming in from Aduka, baby.
Finally, Team Todak turned things around, and what a better way to turn things around by getting an excellent ace in the hole here. And Balto coming in, tried to go with the showstopper, but instantly gets denied by Fire. This was a little bit unfortunate here, but Aduka still stepped up for the team. They're like, you know, the score is tied. We're at advantage. We need to take this fight back here.
All right, now looking at the strategies that are being applied from the side of Todak, there is quite an interesting split here. They do try to bait a little bit of the utilities coming in from the side of RRQ towards B, and excuse me, towards A, and we do see that there is going to be a bit of a rotation here. Hookah control is going to be where members of Todak are going to be. Oh, Aduka was able to get King Leo through the wall. Very nicely done. Aduka right now definitely going Hyper Instinct as again the good Doctor takes down Fire as he runs it back. Talent will be able to take down Sube, but it's going to be Doctor that gives Sube his medicine. Very nicely done.
Oh man, that prescription is better going to make sure he stays at home for good, because that shot looks like it hurts so much. By the way, Frost Misty trying to go and fall back for the team, but beautiful flash was going to allow it, and also reaction as well. Although he got caught by the flash by a little bit, but he was able to mitigate a majority of it. Now 2v4, but then again, seeing from the side here of RQ and the rotation, they feel like, alright, we cannot take with this side. We have no vision, we have no more utility to push into it, and there's a little bit too many members. They decide to play the humble players, fall back, save the weapon for the next round. At least in that way, they can have a better advantage to retake it away from Team Todak, because currently they are now 2 points away from closing game 1.
Alright, so we do see now that members of Todak have been able to win it out. 2 more rounds in their pocket should be something that they want to strive for. We do see the economy for the side of Todak is definitely very healthy indeed.
Yep.
And I believe that in the previous round they had, I think, 4 to 3 members that were still up and running. So that's definitely going to help them in the economy. But Aduka right now almost maxing out in its creds with 8,700 creds. Definitely going to be a strong, it's definitely going to be something of a factor here, as we do see. It is going to be interesting to see how members of RRQ are going to be dealing with this as we head into round number 21.
Round number 21, definitely such a long round, but that's just how much both of these teams going back at each other and getting at their throats head to head so many times. And now the curse got 11 to 9, but Balto was able to get a beautiful starting kill on fire, but actually was able to tie things around with the good doctor with himself. Now 4 to 4 here. They're so aggressive in most here. Balto with the satchel bag was able to elevate himself to a beautiful position to pick off even more members here. 3 versus 2. Hound, this is absolutely insane right now.
I totally agree with you. Next Jack goes inside the teleporter. Quite a loud little teleporter here. He's either going to go towards Hookah or towards the other side of Guarded. So this is going to be very scary for members of RRQ here as this focus is going to come down. I think that was going to be a switch from Aduka, if I'm not mistaken, to pick up the Vandal here. Doesn't want to be fighting it out from long range. They want to be fighting it pretty close by.
Oh, yes.
We do see Aduka right now. Very sneaky indeed.
Oh, very sneaky indeed. He has to play so as well, but not going to be coming in because Sube is going to get a beautiful headshot. Wall bang on next check from Mel here. Instantly, Frost Misty. He want to see if he can get a couple of exit kills before he falls back. But sadly, all the members playing a little bit safe. He will be able to try to take the operator back, but he's going to be careful because he's just going to run right to the face of Senna. And the best part about it, Frost Misty, he knew someone was coming. He tried to use his ultimate from the shadow to TP away, but Senna was just too quick for him here.
Very nicely done there, coming in from the side of Todak to be able to score it off. I think we are on match point, and this is where all of the chips are down. Let's take a look at that quick replay here. This was the play that turned it around. Aldrone, and immediately boom shakalaka on to his victim, as we do see Aduka, Senna, Balto, Sube as well. The doctor right now, very healthy indeed. All of them going to be buying out. Even if they lose this out, they still have quite a healthy economy compared to RRQ. RRQ right now definitely forced to play it out and almost gets it, but will not be able to connect. Here's the audio cue from the side of Todak. They decide to bug out and go towards A.
Oh man, and the best part about it, that Balto made such a presence to the point that they committed 3 members towards this B. Now knowing this, our team Todak is the pushes towards this A side here to try to pick up even more members. We see a couple of trade-offs here. Senna will eventually go down, but they don't really need Senna. They just need the bridge. They need this bridge as to literally elevate their position here to secure this point A. The spike has already been planted. Now all they have to do is just hold the angles, hold the corners, or at least buy a little bit more time. The doctor doing quite a amount of work that he was able to pick up. Next is followed by Sube, and he ends the round with a beautiful double kill spray at U-Haul.
Nicely done. Coming in from Todak with the 13 for the match point, whereas members of RRQ will only be enjoying 9 rounds in their pocket. It was a very valiant effort. Let's take a look at the scores real quick before we throw it off towards the casters. It is towards the analyst panel. Aduka with 8 first bloods. Now that's just insane. It goes to show why Aduka is such a force to be reckoned with.
Yes.
He always opens up quite a bit in terms of the fierceness of his plays. We do see that he was pushing it out, but members such as Balto as well is just one of the things that I feel is very good for Balto is the fact his propensity to basically be as aggressive as possible without trying to mitigate the risk behind it. So it's definitely something to note that of Todak were very strong indeed. However, RRQ right here still very much a force to be reckoned with compared to Todak as well. But it was a little bit too late coming in from the side of Todak, from the side of RRQ to actually rally up a lead and try to steal it away from members of Todak. It was close.
Yeah, super close.
But it was Todak that won a game number 1. Whether that will ring through in game number 2 with Todak picking up the map and RRQ picking up the side, that's yet to be seen, Lee.
Yeah, I mean, it's definitely he has yet to be seen, and we have a lot of expectation for RRQ as well, for lives, because we've seen it time and time again. They tend to love to make this amazing comeback. But of course, seeing the fact that Aduka has a lot of beautiful first bloods here is because it's just Jet. Let's be honest, it's just freaking Jet. Any moves he plays, he can get away with it with that tailwind. It's just so annoying to deal with. But what's amazing about it is that Balto with the Raze, he fully understands on how to fully utilize it, especially on the map on Bind. Although Bind was actually RRQ's map here, but Team Todak was still prepared with all the utilities and knows which angle, which corners they need to focus and pick them off from. So really well played coming from the side of Team Todak, fully utilizing their strategies. Okay, let's be honest, there's not really any amazing strategies or tactical they really use here. They just really play it around with what they're really good at, their quirks, their pros, and of course it fits their personality so well. But thankfully enough, RRQ at the very end, they didn't really I wouldn't say drop the ball. It's just more like Team Todak really just stepped up. They're like, you know what, the score is too close. 93, we gave them so many rounds. We have to step up. We have to end this here and now. So really well played coming for Team Todak to really close that round for themselves.
All right. So something that I would like to highlight here, just from the matches that we've seen thus far.
Oh yeah, sure.
Todak, across 3 games thus far, they have picked up 3 different maps: Haven, Ascent, and the map that's coming up, which is Split.
Yes.
Whereas RRQ, what's interesting to note is they have a similar pickup with Todak in Split, so there might be a bit of familiarity there between RRQ and Todak at Split. We do see that RRQ picked up Split not just once, but and Bind once. So that's going to be interesting to see how members of Todak and RRQ are going to be going against one another, with Split being a fact that is favored by both sides.
Yeah, and the thing is this, both of these teams, they have one very similar, something that's very common between both of these teams is that they both love to play defender, and they're really strong with it as well. Offensive players, maybe I wouldn't say they're not strong. Okay, I wouldn't say they're not strong. It's just probably they're just not really confident at certain angles, a certain push. Because remember, when you're pushing straight into the side here, you gotta be very quick, you gotta be very swift, and most importantly, that gunplay, that first point accuracy is always gonna be very crucial here. And on the map of Split, those corners and angles is way more different, because we're not talking about simple corners or angles. We're talking about 90 degrees. So if they really want to try to pick at those corners or angles, they have to directly be 90 degrees in front of the area, whoever is hiding behind that box, to really see the person here.
And I think one thing that we would like to highlight here between Todak and RRQ, and yes, I may have to add a little bit to that as well, though they do have a bit of a preference towards playing towards playing defenders for both these teams. However, attackers, I do give it a slight advantage towards Todak, just because of their previous performance against RRQ. I do like to see RRQ actually adjust and adapt as they go into Split. However, it's almost anybody's game. So we'll have to see how RRQ, as the defenders in the second map, will be able to muster up a bit of a substantial lead and try to deliver the fight onto Todak. I think that thus far we've only had one game that has gone as a tie in this best of 2, and that was RRQ against AG. Will that pattern show itself again between Todak and RRQ? We'll have to wait and see.
Oh yes, I'm actually excited to see whether there's going to be even a comeback too, because after experiencing that overtime between AG, it was absolutely insane. And even in that last game, 9-3, they brought it all the way and tied things down to 9-9 here. It's absolutely insane. But just want to tell Team Todak, if you guys are going to be watching this later on, don't I wouldn't say overconfident. I get it, you guys were in the lead for the last 3 rounds before they went for the swap when they were on the defender, because they went for double ops. They lost that round, and then they went for a double ops again, which is totally understandable because they have the economy. But I think at that point you should just maybe just get one op, have at least one person to have a little bit more money, because after that it was the last round, it was the third round. But just unfortunately enough, they had enough money to survive the second round, so at least the third round, the third loss, they will have their bonus 2,900, so they will still have enough to go for the full buy here. But in some cases, not many teams, or maybe you guys will be lucky like that.
And that's the thing I feel that members of Todak were basically able to pull around. They had a very good understanding of the economy, despite the fact that they tried to push the limitations.
Oh yeah.
And not to say try to push the
Ooh.
limitations, they actually tried to push the limit of their own understanding of the economy. And I do believe that actually can play well towards their strengths. However, if it backfires, it can be a bit
punishing.
of self-sabotage kind of approach. But at the end of the day, we can only look and judge from what we are. Of course, caster vision allows us more knowledge and more things that we can't see. Of course, we don't understand some of the nuances behind it. And I'm pretty sure that some of the decision making that was made to make such decisions for those double ops and the double ops again after that is definitely something that members of Todak definitely put a lot of hours into and were very aware of why they did so. So there has to be a reason behind it, but we'll have to wait and see how that goes. Anyway, for those of you guys who just joined us, remember, this is the Valorant Royal Sea Cup Ignition Series. 16 teams from across Asia have gathered here today to fight off against one another for a prize pool of 25,000 US dollars. So make sure you guys check us out on Twitch, YouTube, and Facebook, wherever you like to watch, at Epulze Gaming. He is YoloLee. I am Hound. We're going to go on a short little break. We'll hear from our analysts, and we can't wait to see what else they have in store for us for the final game of day number 3. We'll see you in a bit.
Ciao.